What is going on, everybody? Wow, 2 weeks in a row with Jonny Fairplay on the podcast, along with Bobby Goodsby, our producer extraordinaire, stand-up comedian Wayne Memmott, who just recorded a comedy special this past weekend that my lovely wife Tessa and I were at. It was amazing, so stay tuned for information on that. But welcome, boys. We are here for episode 2, Survivor 48. How you guys doing?
I'm going to go 3 for 3. I will be here next week, and then I will. Then the following day, I will be on a plane to Australia. And
woo!
Thank you. If you guys, if anyone watching or listening would like to join me in Australia, I won't be alone. The 16th of March, I will be in Sydney, Australia at the Grove Bar, myself and King George and Ferris.
Dang.
This place is limited to only 60 people. It is all VIP. It's ridiculous. This will be the coolest thing you will have ever done. And then the following day.
That's like two of my favorite Australian survivors. I love Ferris and King George, obviously.
Played Australian Survivor.
No, never. Australian, my two favorite Australian Survivor players.
Okay, fair enough. And then the next night, St. Paddy's Day, 17th of March, I will be at the Emerald Peacock in Melbourne. It is me and Eden. And Eden Porter, one of my favorite Titans for Rebels v Titans. But peek behind the curtain, folks. There will be many other survivors at both of these, most of which I cannot say because they're on this season. So get your tickets right now. Go to survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. Get your tickets right now.
Yo, I'm just going to take this to give a plug for anyone listening to this that's not watching Australian Survivor. You're fucking up. Go watch it. And also listen to Jonny and Eden's podcast. The recap is awesome. I love Eden. Eden's a new favorite. I liked him on the show, but like you two talking to each other it's really good. So if you want to have a reason to listen to Jonny and Eden, which is great, you should watch Australian Survivor. And if you watch the challenge, Australian Survivor is the flagship show and American Survivor is All Stars. That's the comparison. That's Australian Survivor is that good. So
yeah. But and peek behind the curtain, Wayne. I wake up at 7 a.m. to watch the episodes in 1.25 speed. So when I do the podcast, it is 8 a.m. I'm on my second cup of coffee. It is 2 a.m. for Eden, wrapping up at 3 a.m. And we're both, the fact that we're both hilarious is pretty awesome. And the feedback is insane. Like all the comments are like, you guys are hilarious. This is my favorite podcast I've ever listened to in my entire life. This is great. Fast forward to America. And our only feedback goes, who are these old men and why do they hate woke nerds so much? You know? Bobby isn't that old.
Just turned 36.
I don't hate all woke nerds. I just hate a cast of 12 of them. 2 woke nerds is more than okay. I'll allow it.
Yeah, I would say just if you're watching the 2 Survivor seasons concurrently, I would say the comparison is like Australian Survivor has people. First of all, everybody is hot. Even the woke nerds are all.
Yeah, right.
All of them are hot, and you could tell there's a handful of them that are like someone said like, "Hey, you want to go like fuck off in the woods for a couple weeks?" And they're like, "All right, mate," and then like they just go and they're like, "Oh, what are we doing?" They're just like out there. Like PD, he's not out there to play Survivor. He's out there to just like hang out with all these people and be rad and do rad for whatever. So. And this cast is like everybody's aware of everything in Survivor. They're like, they know the first advantages of Beware Advantage. Like, they're not even surprised by the vote for the journey anymore. They're just like, oh, there's a vote. Like, you know, so
I prefer people that don't know what tribal council means. Given the two options now at 48 seasons in, I prefer you not knowing what tribal council is versus knowing what a Beware Advantage is.
The problem, and I've said this before on the podcast, so I won't belabor it, but the problem is that there's so many cycles deep that they're only just casting people that are already watching Survivor. If you're not watching Survivor, you have not thought about the show, and you're not like thinking on like, maybe I could get on the show. It's only people that are watching the show. Like I would venture to say 95% of casting is of people that are already very indebted to watching Survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're just not going to escape that. So whatever Australia is doing to cast their show differently than America, maybe take some hint, whatever. Let's talk about this. I like this episode a lot. I'm not talking shit about American Survivor. I just.
There's clueless people on Australian Survivor this season. Brains versus Brawn 2. There are clueless people that literally are playing the sloppiest games I've ever seen in the history of Survivor on any continent, and I'm here for it.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah.
You have to have,
Go ahead, Bobby.
Sorry, Matt. I'm just saying you have to have some people that know the game, because if you don't have that, then I feel like everything can go off the rails. I do agree with you.
Right.
It's nice to have the deer in headlights from the people that have never played the game or never watched the game or have no idea. Maybe they think they're going on Naked and Afraid, have no idea what they're dealing with, right?
Sure.
But you have to have the people that are at least somewhat game knowledgeable and have awareness of how this game works for it to take course. Because if we didn't have someone like King George knows Survivor. He knew Survivor going into this, right? He didn't just come in deer in headlights. And if we didn't have King George, what would Australian Survivor be? So you need to have a good mix of the two, in my opinion.
Well, I got an idea. They could fix that by going somewhere besides Fiji and just being more creative on their challenge. Like, get rid of the journey. Don't do 2 seasons in a row of Beware Advantages. You know what I mean? Just like go back to the journey.
Fiji, but I'm over the journey. Well, season 50, it's in the hands of the fans, folks.
Here's the other thing is that we won't talk about too long, but like the 3 tribes of 6 doesn't allow for newbies to enter the game. You have to know how Survivor works, because immediately your first vote is a vote that for most players of Survivor in the past is two weeks into the game. A 6-person vote does not happen day one in, before the new era. So like you have to know how to work all these different relationships and numbers right away. You can't hide. So it doesn't allow newbies to really enter the game and be successful. They get picked off right away.
Well, there's one player that hid. We'll get there. So
all right.
It's night 3, and Say says she has no hard feelings. Mary doesn't believe that. Say replies with, you also lied to my face. I feel like Say has a very amazing superpower of saying something semi-positive followed by something very negative.
Well, I will say this. I really thought last week, like the premiere, like, man, Say is playing too hard, kind of tone it down. I wasn't really a major fan, but after tonight, I'm liking Say more. I'm liking that aggressive gameplay, and I think she's great TV. Where are you guys at with Say?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. I think.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Wayne.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I think her and Thomas are giving us like kind of first glimpses of like potentially real villains that we haven't really gotten in a long time. Like the way Say is playing is going to be seen as villainous by a lot of people, whether that's what a villain truly is or not. She's just playing hard. But I mean, I think her and Thomas are going to give us like kind of some villainous stuff potentially, maybe even more. Who knows?
Yeah. Bobby, where are you at on Say?
Yeah, so Say really turned a corner on this episode. She definitely played her cards right. When it came to Cedric sitting there talking to her and be like, can you keep your emotions in check? And she was like, yes, absolutely. And he said, okay, you need to play your idol. She handled that whole situation exactly how you should, because she asked, who is this coming from? She got that it was Kevin. Okay, that's all I need to know. Perfect. We're on. And she did exactly what she was supposed to do. She didn't think these guys are tricking her. And maybe we're coming off the heels. So you got to think about this cast is coming off the heels of watching season 46, right? Because 47 had filmed and 46, when they came onto the island, had just ended. So they saw 46 where people weren't playing their idols at the correct time. How many people did we see go home in 46 that wasted an idol? So she knew, hey, this is one of my closest allies. This guy has had my back. He's telling me to play my idol. Done. All right. I don't even have to hear another word. Let's go with it. That's who's saying my name. Whatever you guys think is the right direction. If that's the way you want to go, great. If it's Mary, let's go Mary. She played it exactly how you should. And I think if she handled that any differently, Say might be in a worse situation now than she is.
Yeah. I didn't like, say, the first half of the episode. I liked, say, a lot more the second half. I am seeing, as far as this aggressive gameplay, she reminds me of Russell Hands. She's very Russell Hands-esque, and there's plenty of people that have liked Russell Hands over the years, plenty of people that have not liked Russell Hands over the years. I will say, as I said, the first half of the episode, didn't love her. Second half, liked her a lot more. But I can say, I don't like this tribe.
This tribe's a mess, and we knew they were going to be a mess.
Well, we knew, but I just feel like the likability of this tribe versus the rest of the other two tribes, there's a lot more likability on these other two tribes.
Well, I think Kevin carried a lot of the likability. I mean, it's Stephanie. We never really got to talk to her, so Kevin carried a lot of carried a lot of the likability.
I didn't love Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, but I think he did. But Justin, I don't think there's much to say about Justin. Mary was literally told to shut up. Yeah, he's Shaggy.
We called Justin Timu Wayne Memmott.
Oh yeah, that is. I heard that. It is me. Yeah,
Justin's obviously the best spot in the game, and he's getting the least amount of show. Justin is in a great position. I can't believe how little we're getting of Justin.
He has no idea. It's because he has no idea. Mary was told to shut up and just shut up for the whole rest of the episode. I like Cedric, but I think Cedric might be surrounded by a lot of people that don't have a lot of likability. So,
yeah. No, there's just so much more likability on the other two tribes that just even when they flipped over to this tribe, I just find myself going, oh, this tribe.
Exactly why we hate the three tribes.
This tribe. So,
right.
Exactly why we hate the three tribes. I think if you would have mixed a few other people in with the Vula tribe, we might have a whole different dynamic. But yeah, I'm with you, Johnny. With Kevin, it's I think he's a smart player, but I wasn't really kind of into him as a character.
Yeah, and then his boat out thing, he's I just want some quiet. I'm just well, half the battle is just me not having to listen to you anymore. So we all win, I guess.
and I feel we all knew going into the season too that they were in a horrible position. They had no strong people compared to the other tribes. I'm not saying Kevin was probably their strongest person, and now he's gone. And there's no way this tribe wins a challenge. Are we for real? They're gonna lose next week, and then what? They're gonna have to do a tribe swap at episode 4. It's gonna be 45, season 45 all over again, where the purple tribe just went down to the final 3. There were one after another after the other, and they had to do a tribe swap because this tribe just was at a disadvantage from the jump.
They are. But let's move on to Siva tribe. Do you have something to say, Wayne?
So who's the 3? Is it Say, Mary, Cedric? Say, Justin, Cedric? Who do you think Say and Cedric choose to go with them?
I don't care.
I'll be honest. I think this move was terrible for Justin. And I think Justin could easily be the person gone next week because I think Mary and Say can put their things aside. Cedric and Say are already lockstep. And as much as Cedric likes Justin, I think Justin's the disposable piece here.
Dude, they're already telling the story. Mary and Say put their differences aside. They do the tribe swap. All three of them magically end up on the same tribe. They pick up one or two floaters after a big blow up, and then they just steamroll through because Say is such a hard player and Cedric's such a measured player and Mary's a goat.
Is this
It's
the
all you
Tika
need.
3 again?
It's the Tika 3. I mean, that's the story. If we're looking at that now and we go back and look at the edit of the first 2 episodes, that's the story they're starting to tell. Cedric's already saying how devoted he is to Say. They've already said it a couple times about like, you know, like we can get past this or we can't or whatever. Like there's this back and forth between Mary and Say, but Mary wants to stay and Say's going to play and realize she needs 3. So bury the hatchet because Cedric's going to come in and be level headed. I mean, you could see it happening.
Well, if this is the Tika 3, I feel like Say is Jam Jam.
Yeah.
Say can win. Say you're a winner. Wow.
I want to like Say, I just don't like this tribe, and it makes a difference. As I said, when I see the other tribes, I smile, and when they go to this tribe, I don't like them.
I do really like the other tribes. So let's get to
yeah.
Siva.
So Siva day 4, people are talking about their disgusting feet, and then everyone starts like sharing like a little bit.
What is this, the challenge? That's all I said. What is this, the challenge? I don't know if you watch a challenge, but the last season of the challenge was all about feet. There's a lot of feet on it. Boy, Charity, what's her name? Charity, dude. Listen, I'm a man. I got normal feet. I don't have anything super gross or whatever. That's some jacked up feet. That's a jacked up hoof. That's a hoof, dude.
Can David be milked?
Dude, 4 perfectly symmetrical nipples. I mean, good. I mean, how did this get to day 3? That's what I want to know. And you don't have 4 nipples. You only have 2 because 2 were removed. So you have to tell people you had 4 nipples. You don't currently have them.
I wish I had 4 nipples.
You can get them on. Dude,
Sorry, go ahead, man.
Amazon right now, fake nipples. I'm ordering them to your house.
Getting
What's
rid
your
of the
address?
2 extra nipples is like slapping God. Like, how dare you?
Dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would do if I had
It's the source of all your powers.
Just imagine this guy, and that's the reason he's as jacked as he is now. Junior high, 4 nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah, life was not good.
When did he said they were removed early, right? Like
I'm guessing right after junior high. Speaking of junior high, redneck lady Chrissy, she said she had a really deep belly button. I'm feeling there's a lot of guys that went to junior high with Chrissy that thought they had gotten to third base until they heard this.
dude, she said it was this deep.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
like 8 inches. That's like 8 inches. It's like 8 inches deep.
Boys from her junior high going, remember that time we went to the movies? We saw.
She's like, do you ever lose a Q-tip in there? What?
Oh, it's gone.
I mean,
can I be honest?
Chrissy, it ain't supposed to be that deep, girl. It's not supposed to.
Hey, I got some charity toes, so I feel for Charity. I know what that's like. I can totally understand. But the rest of them.
Yeah.
Does Chrissy go to the doctor and be like, hey, can you poke a finger in there and see what's going on up in there? It's getting a little itchy. And he's like,
Chris goes to the gynecologist.
deep.
Well, Kyle, we don't need you fooling around in her belly button because we don't want you spreading your warts everywhere.
Dude, Kyle finds out he has a wart after 10 years. That's amazing. I got this callus.
It looks just like a wart.
It's a wart. I thought it was from jacking off. Man, what do I know?
Oh, please. I can't take it.
I think it
guys
was
have
from
any
jacking
others?
off, but I think it's from jacking off someone else.
Meanwhile, Camilla's like,
I got it.
I once had an ingrown hair. I don't know.
I like to draw on my thighs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could draw on my thighs and show everybody what I'm doing.
Show us your homework.
Oh my God!
I like this tribe, and they're not like. It seems like this tribe doesn't really like Charity, and they're not really showing why to me. I
we get there a little bit later, but yeah, because I was just like, oh, it seems like Charity's in a much better position. Then David's quick to go, Charity is not in a much better position. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's incorrect that I just typed that.
Do you follow Charity on Instagram, Johnny?
I do. Should I?
Yeah, no, she seems like a great person. She had like a real big viewing party last week. and I've been following her. She just seems fun. I like Charity a lot. And now I like the belly button thing, the whole episode. I'm just kind of grossed out about thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, Chris, for the record, yeah, I do not feel like Chrissy's a redneck. She just has redneck hair from the 80s, whether it be male or female. It's just
yeah. I like Chrissy, but
I do too. I do too. I feel like I accidentally said redneck lady. I do not think she's a redneck lady. I just think she has redneck hair from the 80s.
Yeah,
male or
no. I totally hear you. So then we go to the purple tribe, which is Lagi, and they're talking about the next challenge and basically talking about Star can sit out. So Star.
Well, Eva politely explains that Star can sit out, and Star, upon hearing this information, instead of making friendships, she's just going to look for idols. I feel friendship step 1, idol step 2.
Yes, agreed.
Well, it's clear Star hasn't seen Survivor because you'd never. Why are they telling everybody? Are they that stupid that they can't figure out the puzzle? I mean, she can figure it out. They're just too impatient. They want to do it like right now, like right this second. And
it's not as though she tells 4 of the 5 people.
Yeah, I mean, but when you have 6, you tell one, you tell all. If you tell one, you tell all.
The first of the 4 of the 5 she tells is the number 1 to the 1 that she doesn't want to know.
Right.
Yeah, she needs help. So she tells Joe. Joe tells Shaheen. And Shaheen's trying to figure it out. And he's like, look, I got options. We can totally blindside Star. We can help her get this deal. But I think Shaheen is actually in a good spot. I like this guy. I think he's going to develop into like one of my favorite players of this season. But overall, yeah, this tribe in general, Thomas, Eva, Joe, we haven't really seen a whole lot from Bianca, but I really dig this tribe.
I like Thomas's plan to just like, when Shaheen's just like, what I do.
Fucking lose it.
And he's like, he goes, I would lose. That's the first thing I thought as soon as she gave him the paper. Like, as soon as she figured out the letters, that thing, I don't know. Like, I set it down.
Yeah.
I don't know who has it. Did I give it to Joe? Did I?
Yeah.
I gone in the ocean with it? I don't know.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so Shaheen knows that Thomas is kind of dangerous. He sees that right off. I think both Shaheen and Thomas are gamers, so it's going to be interesting to see them battle it out because I think Shaheen's going to feel very threatened by Thomas. But yeah, I love this tribe. I'm with you guys as far as just overall good vibes and good game players, I think. And so
there's 2 like pointed out like father-daughter relationships in this. Mm-hmm. There's Cedric and Say, and then Joe and Eva.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like interesting that happens. I don't know.
And
well, the Joe thing finally hit with me tonight because I was just like, what is it about Joe that I hate? And there is something. We see Joe facing a moral dilemma. And much like most losers and idiots, he has to talk to himself, not think it because he's a dumb person. He has to say it out loud, only with a camera there. And I'm like, oh, I get it. Joe is Rupert, and I very much hate this person.
Oh my gosh. Joe, I actually like you.
Why do you feel the need to wax poetically out loud with your internal thoughts to a camera that can't talk back to you?
Because you want camera time, dog. Because he's making a TV show. That's Jonny Fairplay. Don't put that on Rupert. Rupert didn't know he was making a TV show. Rupert thought he was in it. He was just having fun with friends. Joe knows he's making a TV show, dude.
Joe does not.
By the way, I don't share your views of Rupert.
Yeah, he is Rupert. He's Rupert 2.0. You share your inner thoughts in a confessional. You don't say them out loud. Oh, what can I do here? Oh, I must battle the. It's just like, oh my God, shut up.
To be honest with you guys, the purple tribe the Lagi tribe is the tribe that I'm most looking forward to go to tribal because I really think it could go 4 different ways on who's the first person out. Like,
great, and that would be a more entertaining episode than the first 2 episodes because of what we were working with.
Because honestly, it's really going to show one, Joe's loyalty. Who's he loyal to? Second, is Star going to get her, advantage or not? Or are they going to find a way to, throw her under the bus? Is Thomas going to be put, in a corner because he's playing too hard, too fast? And 4, Bianca hasn't said more than 2 words the entire fucking season. So we don't even know if she's on the show. So she can't obviously last that long.
Her name may be Banaka. I don't know. She may have just not corrected anyone yet because she hasn't gotten airtime.
Zero.
They go multitude of ways.
Mm-hmm. So now we're back at the Green Tribe Vula, where everyone is getting swarmed by flies
Because they're not bathing and they all stink. And and as far as making good TV, the flies are correct. They stink.
Yeah, they're dirty as shit. And people always like when I would watch the show, I'd see everyone with their dirt underneath their fingernails. And I was like, why don't they clean that up? But I tell you, it is disgusting on Survivor. You can be trying to keep clean your fingernails, your teeth, and it's nasty when you're out there. Johnny, did you did you kind of try to bathe in the ocean when you played, or have any kind of hygiene practice?
I bathed multiple times a day. I had the best lagoon on the planet, and I lived in it. I thought it was amazing, and I couldn't imagine not wanting to be dainty fresh.
Yeah, I can't either. But they got flies, which is gross. You don't want to be out there, and that's why if you have coconut or whatnot near your camp, you should not have anything you don't eat. Get it away from.
I don't think they have anything. I think they just stink and they're not bathing.
Yeah.
I think this tribe is sitting there going, well, we don't have a flint, so we don't have a fire, so we can't make anything. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to waste my energy. And they're just literally sitting there doing nothing but stinking.
Yeah.
Sitting and farting sounds like a good Saturday.
Yeah, you could not, without fire, you could not stop me from just playing in the water. And as I said, as a result, being fucking clean.
There's four miserable fucks in a bad shelter, and Johnny's in a Speedo going, woo, woo, look at me, I'm a dolphin.
I'm not hanging out with 4 stinky people playing Guess My Fart.
Yeah.
You guessed it. It's like you have the same fart every time.
Dude, yeah. I mean,
confessional. He won't sleep with us because he said we stink.
Well, when you're out there, do you notice the other people smell? Like at that point, when you're that dirty and everyone's dirty, do you even smell the other people, or is it just one stench, or is it nothing at all?
I mean, honestly, I don't recall having when we're sleeping there to be much of a gross smell. To be honest with you,
really?
Yeah, I really don't.
Rupert smelled worse than the others.
I can see Rupert smelling like spoiled, like wet laundry.
But on Survivor, though, is what I'm talking about.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Survivor, you smell. You're just talking about appearances.
Spoiled wet laundry.
We're not talking about the union here.
Welcome to Rupert's kids.
When I saw Rupert on Survivor, I was a Rupert fan, most Americans. But hearing Johnny's story and meeting Rupert was a different. It's just a different perspective. We got straight in the horse's mouth of one of our dear friends who lived the game with Rupert. So
right,
and his aquarium fish that he caught.
I like Rupert a lot more in 2025 than I did in 2003.
There you go. We need to get Rupert on the podcast one of these days.
I don't know if his flip phone will allow it.
I'll drive to his house with my laptop. I'll bring my hotspot.
There you go.
Hey, people, survivors love hotspots, I hear.
So, where are we at here, Bobby? We were just talking about the flies. Oh, here we go.
The guys are like, let's just vote out Say, and that'll put the idol back in play, whether we vote her out or she uses it. and we will have access to an idol that is not ours. And I'm like, this is pretty aggressive gameplay that I don't hate, but at the same time, it's just like I felt like I didn't catch the vibe 100% that Say would not use that idol for one of them that she told them about. Like if you tell 3 other people about an idol, there's a possibility that idol could be used for you.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, but I do like the idea of like, I mean, it's basically, do the 3 guys trust Mary or Say more? And they could have come together and voted out Say without her knowing if they played it right, but they just didn't play it right. And that's because Kevin banked on Cedric having better trust with Kevin than Say.
Yeah, I think they thought Mary was more controllable than Say, and I think that speaks volumes to why we don't like this tribe.
Right.
I don't like 3 guys that think one girl is more controllable than another girl.
No. Yeah.
Like shitty optics, dudes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Well, and I think
Now
Kevin.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just think Kevin prioritized his relationship with Mary and really made it clear that if Mary was going to trust anyone on that tribe, of anyone left over, it was going to be Kevin. And the other 2 guys were like, we might not see this on camera, but the other 2 guys were probably like, obviously she's going to go with Kevin. So why would we do that? Why would we put Kevin in a better position?
Why does this help? How does this help us? Well, don't worry. If you think all that's just silly and nonsense, the Purple Tribe says, hold our beers. We have Wi-Fi and a password and a power outlet.
Mm-hmm. Just having fun at camp, right?
Yep.
It reminded me of an Airbnb I did not want to stay at.
It reminded me of Shane and his BlackBerry phone.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Old Shane Powers.
Well, next.
The only thing that this shows me is Shaheen is like just even the guys you're like, maybe they're not a super fan, they're a super fan. Just like the Wi-Fi and the password were all like, just dig it or dig in or whatever it is. Like they're just like these little things that are like, all right, everybody's a damn super fan. Like everybody. I don't know. That was it.
Yeah. At this time, 3 boats arrive, 1 on each tribe, and they're given a very, very easy task of just throwing out the lowest unique number between the 5 of you or 6 of you or however many are left. Holy moly, are these super fans some dumb motherfuckers? What does lowest unique number mean? What do you think? And okay, even if you didn't know, anyone throwing out a 5, I don't think.
Well, it just means they didn't want to go. I mean, that just means they didn't want to go. If you throw out a 5, it just means I don't want to go.
I don't know if that's the case. I felt the only logical numbers are 1 or 2 or 3 at most.
Yes.
But not this group of fucking dum-dums.
Yeah, I think they were caught off guard, maybe caught in the moment and weren't thinking. But yeah, I mean, they did.
There was a practice round involved.
Yeah.
Was there?
That should have been Say's first sign that things aren't going well. If the guys aren't in your corner and being like, oh, yeah, no, she won, then obviously they're okay with you not going. And 2, I think that as much as I love that the show tried to change it up from letting the people pick and like, hey, here's what you got to do, and this is how you determine it, I hated this because for the optics of TV, it was not good. Because I'm like, okay, who has 1? Who has 2? Like, I had no idea who threw out what numbers besides the 2 people that were in front of the camera. Other than that, I'm like, okay, just tell me who won. I kind of
have a bag. Just have a bag of rocks. Have a bag of rocks. Why don't you have a bag of rocks? The boat says, pick a rock. Everybody keep it covered. You know how it works because you're all super fans. And then whoever has the black rock gets to go on the journey. Why do we have to?
Wayne, you don't understand. This is the same reason we can't have the food auction. It takes 3 departments to do 5 rocks painted.
Also,
you got the art department, the accounting department, because there's 5 rocks. You got to count them.
also, they took out the one point of strategy in the journey that they had. They're just like, oh, let's twist it up. It's all random now. It's like, no, this was someone's opportunity to try and convince and sway people, or maybe make a wrong step, or maybe be too eager to go on the journey. And then they come back and no one trusts them. Like, it's a whole nother decision point in the game that they totally just removed. And now some random person has to go, and they don't even get a choice not to play. Thomas sold it that they got a choice not to play, but they don't get a choice not to play. So now all of a sudden you might have this game that you're playing, and randomly you're on a boat going out there, and you're like, I don't know how to solve this fucking puzzle. I haven't eaten in 3 days, and I haven't taken a shit in 5. And now you don't have a vote for the rest of the game. All just random, just totally random. No decision, no sway, no nothing.
I haven't liked the journey yet.
Yeah, me neither. Yes. It's pointless.
No, but it still gave us character points of some of these people that were like super eager to go, and other people were like, I don't want to fucking go. Yeah, go. I don't care. And other people are like, no, I want to go. And then there was like a conflict, you know?
I don't know if the people who didn't want to go. They just didn't know how to fucking do the lowest unique number because they're fucking idiots.
No, I'm talking previously. I'm talking not this time. I'm talking previously when it was an actual decision point and a sway, and the tribes maybe had to come up with their, maybe if they wanted to do random, they drew sticks or whatever. And even then people could cheat with that. There's so many decision points that are just totally removed because now they have to figure out how to shoot a lowest unique number or something. And we can't even see what it looks like on TV. And then someone gets to go.
We have Thomas from the purple tribe, Mitch from the orange tribe, and Mary goes for green, the Vula tribe. Say is mad that Mary is going, but it is.
She did win the practice round.
Yeah, it was a practice round.
God, fucking practice round.
So we go to the journey. Mary is hyped for the journey because she feels like she's on the outs and she needs to get some sort of advantage or whatever is going to happen here. So they arrive at the beach. They all kind of greet one another. They go their separate ways, and it is a slide number puzzle where you have to get 1 to 15 in a row, or however you want to explain that. But what did you guys think of this challenge here?
The challenge
kind of confusing.
I just hate the journey. I was happy for Mitch. He nailed it right out of the gate. He gets to walk a vote. Thomas gets it next. Just the semi nick of time. He gets to steal a vote. And Mary was just like, I didn't win the practice round, so I don't even know if I should be here.
What? So my only question: what was Mary's challenge? What was Mary's advantage she didn't get? Because it wasn't the same for the other two.
So steal a vote, block a vote, have a vote. I don't know, like extra vote.
Extra vote. Yeah, that's usually So whatever. So they get back. Mary tells them that she
lost the vote. She lost the vote.
She tells him that she lost her vote. She tried. She lost her vote. Thomas says he didn't even get to play because he was just like, look, I feel like where I am position wise, you guys need my vote. So, and then Mitch is just like, I got block a vote. This is for all of us. And hopefully that doesn't put me in a bad spot because I'm sharing my information with everyone. This can be used for the entire tribe whenever we need it. And then this is when we see that Charity is happy to tears for Mitch's hero moment. And I'm just like, oh, Charity's in better shape. And Dave goes, no, Charity sucks. And I don't like Mitch talking to her. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Oh, dude. Well, go ahead, Wayne.
No, I like the story they're painting for Mitch. I think we were talking pre-podcast, but it's not Vanu. It's not, or they're building a good hero story for Mitch, and I like it.
I do too. I love Mitch, and he's completely honest. Can you play an honest game and win Survivor? Maybe.
No.
You
can't.
Who have we seen that's been kind of an honest player? Gabe?
Not kind of. Mitch ain't going to be kind of honest. Mitch is going to be honest.
He's playing a tie game. Like Ty, what was his last name?
Yeah.
He's playing Ty. And Ty got to final 3, twice? So it's not It's giving me Final Three GOAT vibes, is what it's giving.
I'm okay with that. So, you know,
love it.
You know who's honest? Abraham Lincoln.
Honest Abe.
Honest Abe.
Honest Abe would not be very good at Survivor. Let's be honest.
He'd
be stinky.
He'd be a little smelly.
Yeah, very tall. He would do good in those tall challenges.
Would they let him wear the hat though?
Some seasons you get hats, some hats you don't. Some seasons, who's to say?
If he played early enough.
I feel 50 they're getting hats. Maybe people can vote for the hats as opposed to the cast and
dude, Colby ain't playing without a hat, dude. Brother, you ain't getting Colby out on an island without a hat.
Boston Rob's not playing without a hat. If
Boston
it doesn't
Rob
have a B
playing
on,
without a hat.
It's true.
No, I mean Boston Rob's hat and Traders. Come on.
I don't know if they can give it to him. I don't think legality wise they can do it. They can't give him the Boston Red Sox hat.
It was like a weird fucking Velcro snapback, like
the Velcro snap. I'm just like I did the Traders podcast with Jen Hoffman and Rachel Riley, and they're just like, "What's wrong with the Velcro back?" And I'm just like, "Nothing if you're a woman."
Yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst look at you got a little flap sticking out the front. All right. Anyway, back to the show we're watching,
folks. Snapback or sized. I need a nice 7 1/4 or size like boom. Those are your only two options. Velcro and you're a guy. Throw that shit in the fucking garbage can.
That's a gift from somebody that hates you.
Yeah. Whoever, like, that's a fucking free hat. Someone gives me a free hat, I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
It comes with Duke's mayonnaise on the side of whatever baseball team, whatever minor league baseball team it's from.
Yeah, and cheap koozies. So, I don't want your cheap koozie of something that I don't care about. I don't want your Velcro fucking back hat.
No. So we see Charity and Mitch talking and bonding, and then Dave is talking to the rest of the tribe about not trusting them. And then
so as a result, we must immediately look for an idol. They're like, hey, I don't trust them. What do you think that means? Fuck them. Let's get the idol before they do.
Yes. So they're all looking for the idol. And then Kyle finds the beware advantage in a tree. He shows it to David, but then he also tells Camilla, because he said, I'm bad at puzzles. I need to have someone who is good at this.
I feel like he kind of said he wasn't smart. And if I'm looking for a lawyer in that area, I don't feel like Kyle's my guy now.
Yeah. You're a lawyer, not good at puzzles? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not good at thinking things out real good.
I don't do Wordles.
Honestly, guys,
this ain't Wordle, dude.
Is it just me, or was the Siva tribes like trying to solve it, their little thing that they had, much easier than Loggies? I still don't understand Loggies and what they're able to, like, how they're supposed to decipher that. That made no sense to me. Siva's was way easier to figure out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah. He tells Camilla she writes out the combinations on her leg, gets it, and she solves it, and he says, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, little word vomit there. Little diarrhea in the mouth, as they like to say.
Mm-hmm. So enlist was the word. Was it listen?
Do we think he loves her?
Could be.
Is this a showmance?
No. Yes, enlist, listen, and
it's obviously going to be the same combination of letters, right?
Yes.
So if it's enlist, it's listen.
Inlets?
Yeah. Inlets. First off, what is inlets? Because
like when the water goes into an island.
I don't think that's the correct way to spell that, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Close enough.
Instill. Doesn't no.
Yeah.
Close enough.
But as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, listen. It's me listen again.
I'm no lawyer, Matt. I don't do practice rounds.
Johnny doesn't play Wordle either.
No, I did whatever the word thread. I did that last Wednesday, and it was Survivor, and I got all the little things around it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So then
New York
after this,
Times, brother.
dude, hell yeah. So we go to an immunity challenge, and it's also for reward, which is like a big fishing kit and a smaller fishing kit. And this immunity challenge comes with climbing up to a tower, leaping off, going underwater, releasing a bunch of buoys, and then transporting them over a balance beam, and then basically landing 5 of those buoys into basketball baskets. Typical thing we've kind of seen on Survivor. But honestly, I was a little bit confused watching this. Like, there were so many like segments to it.
So was Cedric and Kevin.
Yeah, they were terrible at this.
They were abysmally awful, I think, is what Jeff said. He didn't hold back.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand why Cedric would fall into the water every time the ball.
I don't either. He's leaned the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those ones where it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just kind of boring. I don't know. Just
yeah, I was not honestly like I hate to be negative Nancy, but I was just like kind of tuning out, looking at my phone, like, what's going on in this challenge?
I was tuning out the damn phone. I was like, if I wasn't doing a podcast, I would just fast forward through this.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It just wasn't exciting.
Nothing happens in the challenges.
Yeah.
Next week, there's blindfolded people and people hit their balls on stuff. That's the challenges that I watch. And I press balls.
Yeah, we see Thomas actually. He does in next week's episode preview. We see he has a black eye because he actually gets poked in the eye. So that was really the only thing that really came out of this. Yeah, I just was like, it was what it was. Mitch wins
the first time Thomas has been poked in the eye, folks.
Yeah, true. So Mitch wins it, and then Joe wins it for his team, and Cedric and Kevin totally blew it. So the Green Vula tribe is going to be going to tribal council. And right now it looks like, Say says the vote is really easy. It's going to be Mary. She's the obvious vote. Before we go into a commercial break there.
Well, prior to the actual challenge, when Jeff introduces the other tribe, they're like, Stephanie voted out, and they're just like, wow. Like, huge difference for those of you that don't watch Australian Survivor. Like, when they do the so-and-so voted out, it is a back and forth between the two tribes, what they think of that person being voted out, why they feel that way, and the other tribe feeling information on whether they want to or not. It's a whole thing that it is literally 30 extra seconds, and I think it's good seconds spent.
Yeah, but how would we have ever seen their Wi-Fi network?
Well, we wouldn't know their password. And then also Probst goes to Mitch, and Mitch is having a little difficulty, with the nervousness and everything, and the stuttering is at full throttle. And Jeff waits it out, and he was just like, hey, would you prefer someone kind of help you finish, or would you prefer to wait? And he was just like, I prefer for you to wait it out and let me finish. And that's where the episode ended for me. We hit the 90-minute mark, and we were.
I love that moment.
These jokes before we went live were so much better on reaction.
I don't want to be mean. You want me to say? I don't want to be mean to Mitch. Mitch is my guy.
Mitch rule. We love Mitch.
That was a cool deal. You always wonder what do you do? Do you finish it for it? And Mitch, I think, speaking for a community, is like, no, fucking wait, motherfucker. I got shit.
There are people, I guarantee, that watch that are probably like, fuck this woke bullshit or whatever it is. They think it's too sensitive or whatever, but that's not this. What we were talking about when the new era started and all that, they were trying to rope in every single social issue into the game that they could. That's not this. This is a genuine moment where Jeff asked Mitch a question. Mitch was answering, stuttered, and then Jeff was just like, do you want someone to help you or not? And they're like, no, I got it. Just let me get it, and I'll get it. And then that's it. And if you don't want to wait for me, Yeah, if you don't want to wait 30 minutes for a 5-minute answer, then don't ask me a question, and we'll leave it at that. Ask Charity; she could talk just fine. I don't know.
Yeah, and don't allow my tribe to go to tribal, or you're gonna be there all fucking night, motherfucker.
Oh my god!
You think I talk slow? Wait till you see how slow I fucking write.
Wait till someone's gonna write my name down. Oh.
Yeah, dude. I do like these moments, like the moment with Joe and Eva last episode, and now just kind of bringing, not overdoing it. It's not total sob story stuff, but yeah.
It was human. It wasn't woke. It was human.
Yes. No, it was human. Yes.
It was. So we definitely dig that. And Mitch, shout out. I mean, you killed it in this challenge. Now, will we see you guys killing it with the fishing gear? That's to be determined.
I don't know, but this episode was all Mitch, and I loved it.
Yeah,
it's great.
I think episode 1 was Eva, and say episode 2 was Mitch.
Yep, life's a Mitch.
Yeah, and the dismantling of Kevin.
Yeah.
Say says this is an easy vote. It's Mary, and right there I have my notes. If it is Mary, this is a crappy way to start a season with 2 duds for the last 20 minutes of the first 2 episodes. And Say was correct. It was not Mary, and I felt the last 20 minutes of this episode was exponentially better than the premiere.
Oh yeah.
It was, because it's like, God, 3 tribes, here we go again. It's the obvious choice. But I love how it played out. I love how Say actually listened and played with her brain to end up using her idol. And now it'll go back into play. And quite frankly, I think Say could find the idol again.
It's Russell Hantz. If you don't think that Say's not going to be up bright and early out there shuffling around them trees to find that idol again, you're crazy. I mean,
Kevin could have been, and that's why Kevin needed to go.
Yeah.
And at the same time, she didn't even need to use her idol either. If we really think about it, like, she didn't need to use it, but it was just the optics of it, that you listen to the people that you're closest to. And regardless, that does more than what the idol would do for you in the short term. And now those 2 guys know they can trust you.
And the target's gone. So she can go out and find it again and keep it secret this time. She doesn't have to solve a puzzle that she can't solve to find it. She just finds it, hopefully, and that's it.
Yeah. So hopefully overall, I mean, are we kind of in agreement? Like the premiere, although I enjoyed it, a lot of chatter was subpar. So this is a much better episode in your guys'
I don't say subpar for the premiere. I would say middle of the road at best for a premiere. It just didn't have a strong finish. I felt it was extremely likable, hopefully likable cast. I felt like that's continued through episode 2. I do like most of this cast except for this fucking green tribe.
Yeah, I know.
And I want to Say, and I found Say to be much more likable by the end of season 2 than I found her at the beginning of or the end of episode 2 than I found her at the beginning of episode 2. So no, and the last 20 minutes of this episode were good. So no, I think the season is going to be great. It was just the last 20 minutes of the premiere was a dud, and as a result, we can judge based on that. I mean, sometimes it's fireworks and sometimes it's not. If the Drake tribe had lost the first immunity challenge, Sandra would have been voted out of Pro Islands. That was it would have been anticlimactic, and people would have been like, this wasn't the greatest. This wasn't the greatest premiere in the history of the show. So, and instead that didn't happen, and we have only two-time winners in the history of the show.
That's the beauty of Survivor. But I tell you what, looking at, I got my photos here that I keep at my desk of the tribes. I tell you what, I think Camilla is a gamer, and then Shaheen, Thomas are gamers. Kevin was a gamer. He's gone. Say, and then we have likable people like Joe and Mitch, who I don't think can win this game, but they're likable hero type characters that there's going to be a lot of fans. So I'm digging it. I want to see a little bit of switch up with the tribe soon because the 3 has got to go. But tonight's episode, I thoroughly enjoyed.
Well, yeah, I think why we liked it so much is because we got, even though it was pretty much, again, just the Vula tribe, like going to tribal, we got a lot from each of the different tribes. Like we got, I'm looking at the same photos, man. I think we literally talked to everybody except for Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
Banaka, not positive. It's not Banaka.
And even like David was just a tiny bit. You know, David didn't get a lot, but like every single other person on Survivor got something in the episode besides Banaka.
Did you? We'll get. Well, I don't know if it's episode 3 or 4. A small spoiler. I believe there's an origin story for Banaka, and it's either her mom or her dad had really bad breath.
Fuck off, Johnny. It's too late for you to make shit like that. Come on, man. Come on.
Too soon? Too soon. This is a spoiler-free podcast. Sorry.
Spoiler-free.
But there's a lot of standout characters.
Is the tribal? Is this the first Blindside?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
That's good. People like a good blindside. I said,
yeah.
I just, just the last 20 minutes. Stephanie, I don't felt they did a good job explaining how annoying Stephanie was to the tribe.
No,
but they were trying to jazz it up as much as they could. But it was just, there was nothing to jazz up.
You can't have an episode come out where someone that inconsequential just gets voted out the first episode because they're so annoying, and the whole episode of 2 hours is just showing how annoying this person is. That's just going to make your audience annoyed. They're just going to be like, I'm not watching this, even though that person's gone. I'm not dealing with this shit. I'm sorry. See, so you got to really focus on everybody else and show no. Yeah, we know the first tribal, get rid of this dud that we miscast or whatever, but we're, the rest of these people are good. Trust us, they're good. They're good people. I think it's going to be really cool.
Fine on any other tribe but this one. I think this tribe was not the tribe for. I think this tribe is just doesn't work, and she was the first victim. So, it's this person that they all found annoying was going home, and then the other story they were telling us is we're going to get rid of a really big player. You're like, okay, well, maybe you have really big players. And they're like, no, nothing really major is going to happen. It's like, so it was just a letdown either way.
There's no big players. It's the second episode. We don't have big players.
Say it was big for episode 1. So, next time on Survivor, people are blindfolded. They get hurt. I love that. And it appears that the California girls are no more. So those shitty alliance names usually lead to shitty alliances.
Yep.
They fizzle out, but I think we're off to a decent start for season 48. Like I'm optimistic, I'm excited, and I'm stoked on what's going down so far. So Johnny,
I think it's gonna come down to the same thing that's happened the last 2 seasons for us. Is we're gonna get down to 2 tribes, we're gonna get a mix up, and we're gonna be like, oh, this is great, this is really good. I mean, it's what happened last season. We're kind of like, this kind of is fine. It's blah blah blah, and then like episode 4 or 5, whatever it was, that they got down to 2 tribes, and we're like, all right, this is awesome. This is good. So that's my call.
Before we go, I want to ask Bobby Goodsby one thing, because Bobby, last season you kept saying Sue's gonna win. I promise you, every season I see it from the beginning. Are you seeing a pattern of a winner edit?
Oh yeah, the winner edit
that you've seen.
Wait, can I guess it?
2?
Okay, go ahead.
Do you have it? Do you know it? You have an idea.
After last season, who fucking knows?
Yeah,
but based off your normal theory of suicide,
yes,
well,
I have
suicide.
I have a person. Yes,
okay. So Wayne's trying to guess.
It's Camilla. Is it Camilla?
It is not Camilla.
Then is it Cedric?
No.
Okay. All right.
So
then I don't know the pattern. I don't want to guess it.
The person based off the edit pre-season and going into the first episode is Eva.
No way.
Wow.
All right.
That's what the edit showed, given past 6 seasons before last season, where all of a sudden they just said, "Fuck that, we're changing it up. Screw you, Bobby, you're wrong."
Yeah, he's probably wrong again, but here. You've heard it here, folks. If Eva is the winner, we're going to go back to this moment. We're going to be like, Bobby Goodsby is a prophet.
Sue made final 3, so at least it still shows someone that goes far, right?
Yeah. There you go.
It's just the place, the thing.
So yeah, if you guys love what we're doing, if this is your first time ever listening to our Survivor coverage,
what's up?
Yeah, there's a Johnny. Tell them about the other shows going on right now on the network.
Oh, who's to say? Wow. So we're covering.
Here, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you. We got Australian Survivor season 12 coverage with Johnny and Eden. So far, they've covered every single episode, and it's great. Eden Porter. We have the Challenge podcast with Alex Trias, Dan Monchel, and Polly Calafiore. If you watch the Challenge, what is it? Were we in All Stars right now? Is that what we're? No. Yeah, we're All-Star 5 right now. It's the best Challenge coverage. I've watched some of the other ones. This is the best. Polly is unhinged, and he knows everything about the Challenge that you want to know, and he'll tell you everything that he's allowed to tell. And sometimes Cara Maria pops in. We got Traders coverage. I don't know who does that. I don't listen to
it. That's me, Rachel, and Jen Hoffman. And,
I'm sure it's great.
It's the best.
We're just behind. My wife and I watch it together. We're like 4 episodes behind, so I just can't listen to it. But I'm sure it's great.
And then Deal Island.
Oh yeah, Dondi. Oh yeah, Dondi.
Yeah, we're killing it. So we have the voted out or the eliminated person each week. They do an interview with us, and then either me or someone from season 1 or season 2 or Bobby Goodsby. We do a podcast each and every week. So that has been incredible. I have the Wrestling After Show podcast. Myself and Heath Haynes talk this week, and mostly WWE. We actually had an interview from Queen of the Ring. That's the new movie that comes out on Friday. Heath and I watched it. We got screeners. We watched the movie. They had the press junket on Monday, and we did the interview, but it will not be coming out.
No. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And it was not our fault.
Oh, no.
Person. And so we have been given an alternate person to interview, and we've been given, as a result, the star, the person that plays Mildred Burke. She was Felicity's Smoke on Arrow. So we'll be interviewing. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yes, the person that we interviewed, it was not a good day. So the interview,
wow.
It was crazy. It was really great. I'll tell you guys after we finish here.
Yeah, that's rough.
Plenty more stuff that we're always looking at covering. We have Love Is Blind coverage as well. So, but yeah, if you want to see me. And I mean, who doesn't? I will be at Boca Raton Wrestling, Boca Raton Championship Wrestling this weekend. It's myself versus Neil the Heel with Frank the Clown, special guest referee. That's right. Mick Foley's son-in-law, Frank the Clown, will be special guest ref. No shenanigans in this one. Villain versus villain, heel versus heel. Who's to say what will happen? And then I'm on a plane. I'll be here next Wednesday. Then I'll be on a plane next day. And join me in Australia. It's back-to-back, Sydney and Melbourne, 16th and 17th of March. Go to survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. Tickets to links to everything at johnnyfairplay.com. No H in Johnny. That's johnnyfairplay.com. And click, subscribe, share. It's youtube.com/aftershow. And next week, check out our brand new website at realityaftershow.com. It's going to have everything. It's really awesome. Bobby's been working behind the scenes for a couple weeks now on this thing. So get ready. It's really great. Matt Bischoff's at the Matt Bischoff on the Instagram. Just Matt Bischoff on Twitter, but who's there? And at Wayne Memmott on the Instagram. He's not even on the fucking Twitter. And
I have a Twitter.
Are you on Twitter?
I have one.
Yeah, I don't mess with Twitter.
It exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on Threads, baby. Give me on Blue Ski. No, I'm no, I'm not on Blue Sky. I'm on Instagram, and that's about it.
Yeah, you're on Instagram at Wayne Memmott and at Goodsby Bobby. Have you fixed your Instagram yet, Bobby? I refuse to throw out your numbers and periods and semicolons.
I'm changing it. I'm gonna change it. I just haven't got around
Come
to it.
on, you're gonna be famous one day. You got to have a findable Instagram.
Yeah, I'll get to that one day. It's funny because I do all this production work, right? I do it for you guys, for other people, all the stuff. My own stuff. By the time I get to my own stuff, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I just don't want to deal with it anymore.
Classic producer. That's a classic producer right there. That's what happens. Yeah.
All right.
There we go. Yeah, at Jonny Fairplay. Find him. Get a cameo.
Yeah, get a cameo. Oh my God. I you guys. Thank you. You guys are blessing me. I have literally done like 20 cameos in the past 2 days. So yeah, keep them coming in. I have a lot of fun with them. We got the Survivor flag. We got the Grandma Tombstone, all the fun stuff. So I don't know if that's fun anymore, but anyway, it's there. So I have fun.
That's not that fun anymore. I don't. That's more sad.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We will see you all next week for another great episode of Survivor Season 48. We love you. Cheers, everybody, and good night.
Good night.
Night.